Hello. Every year, Olight contact me and say, hey, would you like to do another promotion for our products? They supply my vehicles with all of the torches and lanterns and things that I need, and I get a little bit of income. If you decide that one of the products that I really like you would like as well, you go onto my website and you can purchase them, and it supports my channel. I have 5 items that I want to show you. I'm Andrew St Pierre White, explorer, overlander and broadcaster with over 40 years driving 4x4s. In association with Egon, game-changing simplicity. This one here is actually not one of them, because last year I actually featured this. This is the little Olight lantern, and this has become an absolute favorite of mine. There is another version that they have sent me. It's a much larger version. It's called the O-Lantern Stretch. And the idea behind this one is that instead of a hanging lantern, I mean you can hang it, but it's a standing lantern, but very similar. It's called the Stretch because, well, it stretches. And like the O-Lantern, I can use it in the different modes as well. For example, that mode, all romantic and things, fewer insects with the yellow light, and then a working light. And the battery in this is so big that it would last, I mean it would last me an entire trip. I know, like a week trip or 2-week trip. It would last me, it's fantastic. I don't know how many hours it is, I'll write it down below, but it is significant. So I'll use that to light this particular little video I'm going to make. The other one is a head torch. This is the Perrin 3. I had the Perrin 2. I used it a fair amount. I actually preferred the smaller, lighter one. This one has a far, far longer battery life. That other one I had to be aware that every couple of nights I would need to charge it. You can see there, it's simple, you just hold it in and it remembers your last setting when you turn it on, and then you hold it in and it gets brighter. So if you want a head torch that is very long battery life and obviously extremely robust, and it has a magnetic thing, so I can now again add some light onto what we're doing tonight by doing that. And so it is a multi-function torch. It's far more versatile than the other ones. That's called a Perrin 3. All right, this one is an interesting idea, very interesting. It's called the Prowess. What who comes up with those names? This I've actually already used for this trip in Western Australia. I actually used this because we were poring over the maps and we were in a dark area. There wasn't a lot of ambient light, and so it comes with a holster. I'll get back to the holster now, it's an important thing. And it is, look at that, see, but now it shines backwards. What would you want with a torch that shines backwards? Well, when placing it on a map, if you're close by and you move it around the map, it gives this very, very broad, quite a warm yellow light, very broad, no hot spots, extremely easy to use as a reading light and as a traditional flashlight as well. And you can change the brightness by, let me see, it's very dull, you can see. And then I hold it in, that's right, 3 levels of brightness. Likewise. Likewise, with that, if I hold it in, it gets brighter. Hold it in again, it gets duller. It's really nice. And I thought to myself, how interesting, but you know, I really like it. It's a nice piece of equipment. And the holster, and I'm going to get back to the holster in a minute. I'm going to leave that there. Alright, I'm going to get back to the holster in a minute. This one they wanted me to show. This is called a baton 4. Interesting product, and I actually have found a use for it. At first, I thought, no, you know, it's an interesting product, so, you know, but could I find a use for it? The answer, actually, I came up with, nah, not really, I couldn't. And then Gwyn said to me, that is the perfect thing for a 72-hour pack. Now, when I travel, do my expeditions, and I'm on my own, I have an emergency grab bag. What happens in a remote area like this, and then I find myself, the car catches fire. The car falls on its side. Or the worst happens, and I need to survive without the vehicle. What do I need? I need water, and I need my grab bag. Well, let me show you this. This area here, that 96 there, is telling me I have a 96% charge. That then is a small flashlight. All right. And that then is the charging station. So now I've got a flashlight with 3 chargers built into it. One can fit a lanyard onto it. It's USB chargeable. And that is, to me, the perfect thing for that grab bag, because now I have several nights worth of illumination. At the moment, what I've got is in that grab bag is a small head torch with 3 AAA batteries. The trouble is with that, what happens if it accidentally gets turned on in the grab bag? I actually reverse one of the batteries. I put one of the batteries in the wrong way intentionally, because I don't want that to happen. But that's, once those batteries are gone, then that's gone. This then is I think, a really nice thing called a baton 4. And that is the premium edition. Not sure what that means, but still. Now, the last one, which actually excited me the most when I asked them for it. I told them about my experience with a small handheld flashlight called Warrior X. And the reason why I loved it, and it is now my go-to flashlight for Africa, these holsters are very cleverly designed in that they can be worn with any, you don't need a belt or any kind of waist strap, trousers, anything. Even my kikoi that I was wearing in Africa, I had my Warrior X, which is very, very clean, very bright, very long range beam. So it's more of a security tactical light. And the only piece of security I have on me at the moment is this guy here. It is an extremely bright torch. Extremely bright. And this one here, the Warrior X, big button at the back. So if I hear anything and I need to, it stays with me during the course of the evening. And when they told me that they had brought out another one, my immediate reaction was, ooh, that sounds nice. And this is it. It has a similar length handle to the Warrior X. This one is called, of course, the Warrior X Turbo Kit. And like all of these Olight products, they're beautifully made. This one does not have a holster. and does not fit into any of the holsters that I have. That's a little bit too bright. I'll turn that down, nice and orange. I can hear a frog. That is insanely bright. It is definitely considerably brighter and more focused than the Warrior. Now, the Warrior is an exceptional torch. For the size and brightness, it is beyond good. This one I'm going to probably keep as my tactical torch in my Australian troopy, because I don't need to carry one on my hip all the time, because I don't have to concern myself with wild animals. But in Africa I do, so I will keep that one for Africa and I will use this one for... So let me point the camera at the riverbank and you can see how powerful that is. We'll get an idea anyway. The kit comes with a red and green filter, and oh, there's a moon coming up. Right, back to the Warrior. How can you see that? It is really remarkable. It's a remarkable torch. It has both green and red filters in the kit. So to conclude, the O-lantern stretch, which is more like a traditional lantern. You've got the standard lantern there. We've got the baton, which I'm going to use in my 72-hour pack, my emergency kit. This is the Prowess. Really rather nice. Like that a lot, actually. The Warrior Turbo. This is the fit that had come for fitting onto rifles and things like that, which obviously I won't use, don't need it. That's part of the kit. And the Perrin 3. I think of all of these, the one that I'm most excited about is this little guy, the Prowess. I really like it a lot. These are all on my website at the moment. There's a link in the description, and they make for fabulous Christmas gifts. I have now equipped both my Africa vehicle and my Australia vehicle with Olight torches, and they're fabulous, especially these little lanterns. Absolutely love them. And there's a special discount for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Gherkin Tuesday, Pasta Wednesday, and Whale Meat Sunday. Being silly now, I've forgotten what to say. Action. Are you building vans and struggling with getting your electrical systems installed to a very high standard and at a low cost? At Egon, we have the solution for you. Introducing the Egon DC Hub. We have taken decades of experience in the Australian outback and developed a single unit that does all the difficult wiring chores for you, where all the wiring ends up. The reason why that's a good idea is that because the connections are such high quality, you don't need heat shrink, you don't need to solder or crimp lugs. No longer necessary. All you need is a screwdriver, and you put the cables in. These clamp them down properly. Voltage drop is reduced significantly. Labor time is reduced enormously. And because it's an integral fuse box with indicating little LEDs that come on if a fuse should blow, everything is in one place, including connections to your house battery, your starter battery, your chargers, your solar inputs, combined rated to 150 amps. But perhaps even more importantly, because it is so simple and because it is so idiot-proof, a reduction in warranty claims, comebacks and faults. You can now, using this unit, install a complete system in a four-wheel drive, in a van, in a camper trailer, using basic skills, really fast, incredibly reliable, high-quality finished product. If this has sparked your interest, reach us on egon.com.au. We ship around the world, and check out our YouTube channel for instructional guidelines and inspiration on how you can use the Egon DC Hub in your next build.